Y'all, it's your girl Melissa Day with BellaMinded.com, okay? And I'm coming here today for this new moon in Leo. So let's stop all the little chit chat because I talk too much, and let's get into this new moon. 2 weeks ago we just had the full moon in Aquarius, and for a disclaimer, as I speak on this new moon in Leo, this is based off of my experience, my energy, my intuition. The new moon will be posted. This will be posted before the new moon comes. I finally made it. But the new moon will be on the 16th of August. That's when we'll have the new moon. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so for me, the new moon will be 5:38 a.m. Okay? 5:38 a.m. If you would like to keep up on like the new moons and the full moons, I have an app that I use. It's called Moon Phase Calendar. So it lets me keep up with all the different phases of the moon, not just the new moon and the full moon. So you might want to check that out. If you have your app, go to your Google or Play Store if you have Android, or I don't know what they call it for iPhones, and you can download that app. Tell you when the next new moon is. They'll tell you the full moon and all the different phases between crescent, waxing, waning, all of those in between. Okay, now I'm saying this stuff to you because if you are an enthusiast or a astrology lover as me, you want to get more into it, I'm going to give you or let you know the tools and the resources that I use. I choose to do this because I feel like it's a certain climate out there where people will make you feel like these informations are learning and understanding astrology as it relates to, mindfulness and your spirituality. Like, it's just something that you can't comprehend or you can't gain understanding from and have your own insight. So I'm putting it out there that you very well can learn. You very well can gain your own insight. I'm learning as well. Okay, so as I am learning, I'm going to share it with you. And that's why I put out a disclaimer and say, when I do speak on my understanding of these new moons or the understandings of these different astrology meanings, they come from me, what I interpret, what I feel based off of my energy and my own insight and my own intuition. So I'm not saying this is concrete. I'm not saying that this is specifically for you and this is the gospel. I feel like astrology is all about using things to help you kind of guide you through your life, kind of guide you to help you align yourself with your purpose, or to help you gain understanding, help you conquer challenges that's ahead, also help you to manifest your dreams and your desires. Okay, so new moon in Leo. So first thing I want to talk about is the Leo energy. And it's funny because I'll see people say, I've seen some posts where people like, I don't like Leos. Leos, y'all so mean. Leos, y'all this. Leo, y'all are that. Oh, y'all so obnoxious, whatever the case may be. But I actually like Leos. I'm going to be real honest with you. It's not too many signs that I'm not that type of person. It's not a sign that I'm just like, I just don't like. Prepare to hear me say, I like them when other people like, I don't like Cancers. I don't like Aquarius. I don't like Leos. I like Leos. And I like Leos because they possess the energy of self-confidence. They're very confident people. I like the fact that Leos are so confident that even in doubt, they're going to still show up for themselves. So they're never going to allow their insecurities or allow their doubt to supersede their confidence, their belief in themselves. And I feel like we all could take heed to that. We can all learn from that. We can all use that energy for ourselves, I want to say, because I get the feeling like they're going to fake it till they make it, but I don't think it's a fake thing, It's just like, yeah, I'm going through something right now. I might have a little doubt, with myself, but guess what? Because I believe in myself this much or so much, like, nah, we gonna press through. We gonna keep it pushing. We gonna keep it pushing until we push out of this feeling of doubt or self-doubt or insecurities. They also are great with loyalty. That's another reason why I like Leos. They are amazing with loyalty. If they down with you, they down with you. That's period, the end of discussion. Like, they gonna have your back through and through. And I feel like that's why they don't really, I feel like that's why they don't really do a whole lot of people coming into their circles. They don't do a whole lot of that because it's like they have their people, and the people they have, they're loyal to thick and thin, and they have their people and they're loyal to thick and thin. It's because, like, they're gonna go to bat for you. They're going to be the first person there championing you on. They're gonna be the first person there protecting you and making sure that nothing happens to you. And I say that because me and my husband are both Pisces, our sun signs, but his moon sign is a Leo, and he very much so displays a lot of that. Like, I can see it when it comes to me and his children. Like, you're not gonna come at him, you're not gonna come at me, you're not gonna come at his children any kind of way. He gonna be down for the call, 10 toes down. Like, that's just what it is. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And regardless of what anybody thinks about my husband, like, listen, that head is like this big. But I love it and I appreciate it because I gathered and learned how to be confident in myself the way I saw him display his confidence. It was like, you're not gonna knock him off his throne. You're not gonna knock him off his stage. Like, it is what it is. I don't care what you think, you know. And even if he do care, he don't care, you know, like that. So they have a loyalty, they have the self-confidence, they have the love. You know, like I say, with the loyalty, with the protectiveness, it's because it's rooted in their love that they have for you. So if you are someone who has a Leo in your life, their friend, their loved one, their a partner, or a romantic lover, whatever the case may be, like, if they love you, they're going to cover you with love, and they're going to cover you with love through their protecting you, through their loyalty for you. That's how they're gonna protect you in love. And maybe people misconstrue their meanness is because, like, I'm confident, I know who I am, and if you're gonna be my friend or you're gonna be somebody around me, a loved one, like, you gonna have to have that same mentality. We're not gonna do no pity parties here. We're not gonna be talking ill about ourselves. We're not gonna be looking down about ourselves. We're gonna put our heads up, and this is the way we are. This is the way we're gonna be. So if you're looking for a pity party, Leo is not gonna do pity parties. They're not gonna do pity parties for you. So maybe that's why, you know, people feel like Leos is mean, but it's like, nah, we not doing the woo woo woo. We're not doing the pity party. You know what I'm saying? We about to get up, get it cracking. What we got to do, let's make it happen. We don't have time for that. So with that being said, I feel like for me, with this new moon energy in Leo coming in, I said this before in the full moon with Aquarius. I said in the full moon with Aquarius, you know, I felt like it was about evolving into who I am. And I feel like this new moon is like, okay, we were evolving, now let's shine. Let's step into that. It's like, let that inner child shine. And inner child is just your authentic self, your true self. That's why if you saw my previous blogs, it's about, like, my previous blog about performative behavior, it was just about shedding what you think makes people feel comfortable to be around you. Get rid of that and just show who you really are. Attract the people who are for you instead of trying to force those people around you who aren't for you, who don't serve you. So right now with this Leo energy, it's like, step in it, shine. Show who you really are. See who's really for you. See who doesn't serve you so they can go about their way. So you don't have to sit here and wonder if somebody has your best interest. it's like this is the moment you can filter out people that aren't meant for you or for you. And maybe even for this season, maybe it'll come back around, but for right now, for this season, you have to filter those things out. And how you filter out the real from the fake is you have to show up being true to yourself, so you can really show people who you are. And once they see who you really are, if that makes them uncomfortable, trust me, they're going to find a way to either stray away from that, back up from that, or they might just be out, period. Or they might just come out and really tell you and show you who they really are, and show you how much the disdain they have for your true self. I'm looking forward to, for this new moon, is to step out and be who I am. And I feel like how we do that as it relates to this new moon energy in Leo, how we do that is we kind of focus on ourselves right now. Because the sun is the center. The planets revolve around the sun. The sun doesn't revolve around the planet. The sun rules Leo, and the sun is the center. And that's why some people will say Leo's so self-absorbed, but it's because that they focus and they take their energy and focus it on themselves. And we need to apply that at this moment. This is our time to focus our energy on ourselves. This is our time to do what we need to do for ourselves versus what we think we should do to accommodate anybody else outside of ourselves. And how we can use that Leo energy is by loving ourselves. That's the love that they have. The love that they may show for other people. The love that they consume from themselves. That's the love that we need to be channeling for ourselves. Love yourself unapologetically. Love yourself undoubtedly. Love yourself, unconditionally through it all, regardless of the fact. So that means that be kind to yourself. Talk nice to yourself. I made a TikTok before where the young lady was talking about, I want people to treat me like I'm fragile because I am fragile. And I got what she was saying with that. Like, that makes sense. But just be cautious of the words you say, because I want to be treated with care, but I don't necessarily want to be fragile enough to where if somebody dropped me, I break. If somebody hurts me, I fold. I want to be still. I want to be resilient. I want to be able to bounce back. Those are the things I want to be. You can drop it, it don't crack, it don't break. Those aren't fragile. So yeah, I want to be treated with care, but I'm not fragile. So be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself nicely. Don't get frustrated with yourself and speak to yourself like, you're incompetent, you're dumb, you're unintelligent, you can't do it. You can. So this is the time to not wait on other people to speak life into yourself, but you speak life into yourself. So with that being said, that's the love. You're going to be patient with yourself. You're going to be kind with yourself. You're going to be understanding with yourself. You're going to understand that you are human and you make mistakes, and you're going to take those time to understand, like, mistakes happen, and learn how to maneuver and learn from those mistakes and move on. You also going to be loyal to yourself. Just like I said that Leos are loyal. This is the time for you to be loyal to yourself. Stop compromising your dreams. Stop compromising peace of mind to appease to other people. This is your time now. This is your time to shine right now. If it's something or someone that makes you uncomfortable, we're not going. We're going to have boundaries for people. We're going to let people know that these are my boundaries. I'm not willing to allow you to come cross my boundaries. If you don't want to go somewhere in an environment that's going to make you uncomfortable, you're going to say no. If you don't want to hang out with a particular person because they mess up your energy, they disrupt your peace, we're going to say no. We're going to learn how to vocalize and use our voice by telling people what our boundaries are, what we are willing to tolerate and what we're not willing to tolerate. We're going to protect ourselves. We're not going to put ourselves in harm's way. We're not going to put ourselves out there to be hurt or misused or abused to appease other people outside of us. We're going to do what's best for us right now. That's how we're going to channel this Leo energy during this new moon. So, new moon, like we say, relates to fresh starts, new beginnings, and we're kind of stepping into a new us. For the past week, I've been seeing stuff like, I even posted, I think, my YouTube where I had my subscribers at one point was like 107, and then I looked yesterday and I saw I had 111 subscribers, and it was 111. And then earlier today, I was driving to the store and I just so happened to glance at the radio clock and it said 1111, which we all know the number 1 represents the angel numbers of new beginnings and fresh starts. So what better time, what better sign and confirmation to say or tell me, like, Melissa, we're stepping into a new journey. We're shedding the old you. We're stepping into the new you, or the transformed you, or the evolved you. I know that who I'm evolving into and who I'm changing into and who I'm stepping into, I know that it's not going to be okay with a lot of people. I know that people are going to have a problem with that. I know that people are going to say, if they're not already saying, I like the old Melissa. I don't like this new Melissa. I like when Melissa used to be like this. There are going to be people who aren't going to necessarily like this new you or this transformed you, this evolved you that you are stepping into. And that's to be understood, because we all grow at different paces. We all grow at different levels. And some people are not going to be able to keep up with you. Some people are going to be going in one direction and you're going to be going into another. I think maybe that's the biggest fear. But I feel like I feel something telling, like, don't be afraid. Do not be fearful. Do not be fearful. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to evolve. We're here to change. We're here to grow. And I feel like when you grow and you evolve, you have these energies around you that is going to protect you, that's going to love on you, that's going to stick by you and help guide you through your transformation. And it can be scary because you're thinking about what you're losing, but think about what you are going to be gaining. The time where you could say, you know what, this is who I always wanted to be, or what I always wanted to do. This is how I always wanted to express myself. This is your time to do that and step into that without worrying about what people on the outside are going to say. New moon is about new beginnings, but it's also about reflecting on what you learned in the past. So I learned when I spoke about my blog about performative behavior, I learned that I was shrinking myself. I learned that I was trying to make myself small. I learned that I did want to show up and show myself, but I was too afraid that it either wasn't going to be accepted, or I was going to be shunned. I wasn't going to be understood. So I was sitting here feeling frustrated sometimes. Frustrated about how people were treating me and how people were dealing with me. Like, that was my own doing, because I wasn't showing up fully in who I was. I was too busy trying to accommodate for people to accept me. That's kind of the mood and the era of this culture right now. It's like everybody's looking to be accepted. Everybody wants to belong somewhere. That's why we have all these different movements, so everybody can feel accepted. Everybody feels like they're an underdog and their voice is not being heard and they're being overlooked and they're not being seen. The only person who's overlooking us, who's not seeing who we are, who's not allowing us to use our voice, is ourselves. We're the only people who are holding us back. Everybody's so afraid to say how they really feel because they don't want to be shunned or feel like they're not accepted because of they're not accepted because of who they truly are and how they truly feel in that moment, you know. And even if you do feel that way, I feel like people evolve and change, and I feel like it's people out here who are afraid to say, you know what, I did think this way at one point in time, but I don't think like this anymore. But because they feel like this is where I started, I was passionate about this thing, so I have to stay here. I have to stick to this side. This is the side I chose. This is the horse I bet on. I gotta keep riding this horse. The person you gotta be loyal to is yourself. You don't have to be loyal to anybody else but yourself. As long as you're loyal to yourself, that's what matters. Being loyal to yourself, honoring your feelings. If you feel like this is how I felt, but I've grown from that because I've seen things that really now making me wonder and making me change the way I initially felt, that's called growth. Don't feel bad about that. I can't stand when people be on social media trying to dig up what somebody said 4-5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 13 years ago. This you? Is this you? Remember you said this? Yeah, I do remember I said that 10-13 years ago. It's called growth, people. I grew. That's how I felt. This is who I am now. If we're going to dictate people on their past, then we're not allowing any of us the space in the room to grow from that. Stop trying to keep yourself in a box because you're afraid of other people's judgment. Let them judge. With setting intentions, then with these new beginnings for the new moon in Leo, you are now sitting in a position where now you can set intentions that's going to elevate you and propel you to the journey you're on, help you align with whatever purpose it is that you have. And you're setting those intentions that's going to help you transform into this confident, loyal, loving, protective, creative human being. So just take the time to say, what is going to help me be these things? What is going to help me evolve and stand and shine into a better me? So I do want to set intentions where I'm more assertive and more certain in my decisions. And I also want to set the intentions that I can own if I made a mistake, own that and learn from the lessons within that. Because I think that's why I'm so hesitant and I'm not assertive in my decisions, because I'm too busy over here worrying about, well, what if that doesn't? Well, what if? See, that's where I need to be more self-confident in. And so what I need to tell myself is, okay, what if? We don't know. And if that happens, we will deal with that when that time comes. Okay? We're not going to worry about that now. This is where we at right now. This is how we feel. This is what we doing. And if that was wrong or that was a mistake, that was a purposeful mistake because it was something I needed to learn from that. And don't be afraid of the lessons that you are going to learn. A big lesson you learn because of some mistakes or decisions you made, that just means that you finna come out even better than you were prior. Reading, I found out that where the new moon is great to set the intention, second phase of the moon is really best. So you set your intentions for the new moon, but you manifest your intentions in the second phase of the moon, which is the waxing crescent moon, and that's like, I think 2 days after the new moon. So when I say manifest those intentions that you set, that might be meditating, that might be praying, that might be, your journal, your intentions, putting them down, writing them down in your journal, because writing things out is a way of manifesting. That might be speaking them out loud to yourself if you're looking in a mirror, because speaking things into existence is manifestation. That might be, some people go as far as to writing them down and burying them in the ground, because planting seeds and watching them grow. So you can do all of those things to help you set those intentions and manifest with that new moon energy. If you enjoyed this video, if this video was helpful, definitely press the thumbs up and press that notification bell so that you can know whenever I put out a new video vlog. I put out weekly videos and vlogs every week, sometimes 2 times a week. And yeah, make sure you go check out the previous blogs, like I was talking about how shedding your performative behavior and how to shed your performative behavior so you can really step into your authentic self, and speak about how, you know, you have the channel evolving into the new you with the full moon Aquarius I had 2 weeks ago. You can check those out too. I will have those links in the description below. And yeah, it's your girl Vanessa Renee with bellaminded.com. Peace and blessings, y'all.